Alright guys, welcome to another Wicked Empire Games video. This video I'm going to show you kind of the idea that I had for my card game project RUNEMON for right now. Of course that might go through a name change, but this is the basic layout and this should be flipped face down like that as well. So I'm going to go over the kind of the zones that we have. So I'm just going to put these two face down right here as well for right now. So you have your leader slash center creature. This one will always stay on the field, and it's basically how you take damage. These ones are your side attacks. These ones can be destroyed, and you can evolve these ones slash upstage or whatever the word I end up using for it, evo. This is the top card right here, or cards is your deck zone and your drop zone. These are technically supposed to be over to the side more. And then these are your energy card zones, which are 6 cards that automatically stay face down on your field. And then this is your life area. This one I'm keeping as life area, and then the energy zone might change. But this is also version 1 that I might not actually keep, but I am going to have test decks made for this, or maybe one test deck, and then me and a buddy will just sit around and test play just to see how well it would do. So now I'm going to take these 2 cards back. So for the start of the game, this would basically be your setup. These won't be here just yet, but you'll draw 5 cards from the top of your deck. And then after you draw those, you cannot, you cannot mulligan at all. Whatever you get basically. And then you take the top, I'm trying to debate whether 6 or 8 cards yet, I'm not sure. And then you place them over here for your life. Now for your life, depending on how you place them right here, you have to take the top life first. You cannot choose which one you want. You have to take the top one first. And then when you take it, when you take a life hit, that card goes to your hand. So now let's kind of get started on the explanation part now. So whenever you start a game, after you drew your 5 cards and put your 6 to 8 life over there, both players would flip their stage 0, basic, hell, I can even put like nothing on it, but it's supposed to be your basic starter. It can have effects or non-effects, just depends on whatever you get. But on your first turn, so even though I don't have 5 cards, so say this is my hand, I can take the stage 1 card, evolve into it, or it's either evolve, upstage, ride, whatever I ended up using. But this would cost, one thing I forgot to explain at the beginning as well, this would cost 0 gauge, because that's the word I'm going to be using to play. So now that you have a 0 gauge or a stage 1 on the field, so now that we have these other 2 circles, we can play stage 1s on either side as side attackers. And then we would have a gauge right here, which would go to both sides, which is the one thing I'm thinking of taking from Digimon. And then, but you can't, after your initial upstage, evo, or ride, your turn basically ends because you cannot attack on your first turn. But when you do upstage into your stage 1 card, you take one of your energy cards and you flip it face up. Now you can use that for effects of certain cards. So like say if this card had an effect, I can exhaust it like that, or you can flip it back face down, so you don't have to mess with the way the cards are. But then again, this is kind of a small play mat, so I kind of working with the space I got. But yeah, you can either exhaust it or flip it face down again, but I'm going to exhaust it for this one at least. And then so your opponent would go, they would go into their stage 1, and then they can call stage 1s after that for attacking purposes because they're allowed to attack now. And then in order to attack, you would exhaust the card like that, and then it would attack the other opponent's card. And then you can also attack side attack creatures as well, or RUNEMON. And now say it's my turn again. I don't have to reactivate, but I would draw my next card, whatever it may be. Draw my next card. Reuse this or reactivate this, meaning like if you decided to use the flip over method, you can flip it back over because you can keep using those. And then I would go into my next stage. I don't have a 2-cost red card, otherwise I would be using that. But stage 2s I think are gonna cost like, I want to say 2 to 3 gauge to upstage into. And then you would basically end your turn, but when you upstage, you reactivate more or 2 more energy costs. And then I guess, I think you guys can get the picture, but I'll keep explaining it while trying to keep this video short. But since the opponent attacked and say they didn't put an extra side creature, but they only attacked with their RUNEMON, I would take that hit and then add that card to my hand. Now, but I forgot to do that last turn because I'm jumping way ahead, so sorry guys. But now I can place stage 1 down. Even though I'm at stage 2, I can still place a stage 1 down. The highest I can go is stage 2 because of this, but I would still have to pay the costs. But even though I paid the gauge for that, I can't place it down because my gauge would go from 0 into the negative, so my turn would just end. And then my opponent would be able to go, and then vice versa. He could pay the 3 gauge, and then he would go down to 0. His turn still goes because he's at 0, and then he could call like grade 1s or grade 2s, and then he would go into the negative and then in his turn. But most likely he's probably not going to do that, so I would probably take another life hit and then again back to my hand. Now it's my turn again, so I would draw, and then I would go up into paying the cost for the stage 3, and then I would place a stage 1, even though stage 3s probably cost too much, so I can't place that. But once you go into stage 3, you can flip over your last 3 energies. I wish I had fire energy for this, but I couldn't find my fire stuff for Pokemon. So now you have all your energy available for cost for effects. So before I end my turn, say like he had an auto ability and it costs like something to like retire or destroy an opponent's side creature, I can pay the cost for that. And then like always, when you're on your next turn, these flip over. Oops, sorry, hitting the camera here. But yeah, that's just the basic idea that I had so far. I'm getting off track again a little bit because it's hard to explain without notes. But I just wanted to get this out of the way to kind of explain to you guys what I had in mind for right now. This may, of course, change. I decided that I kind of wanted to add some buddy fight aspects into it. Of course, that's how you had your starter or your center stage and then the side attack stage. But the one thing that I might get rid of is the energy portion. I don't know about that one yet, but I am going to create this version 1 first, and then I'll work on the version 2 that I was thinking about, because version 1 stuff is pretty much already done. I haven't written anything down, but I do remember everything. But so I'm probably gonna either type it out or write it down just so I can keep it. And then version 2 implemented some buddy fight stuff into it, or more buddy fight stuff into it, I should say. And then that's basically it. But yeah, I had to use Pokemon cards for like the energy, because that's basically how I'm gonna do the energy for each color. So it's gonna be similar to how these look. Or let me flip them over actually. So it's going to be similar to how these look. It's not going to say energy or anything like that up there. It'll actually say it down below. The circle will probably be a little bit lower because it will just be like a little energy ball with like, I want to say like electricity or whatever coming off of it. But that's for every color. So like it'll be a red ball with some red electricity coming off of it, blue ball with blue electricity, yellow with yellow electricity, and then black with black electricity, and then purple, vice versa. Even though I'm still kind of debating if I want to do purple, but I know I'm doing black. But yeah, that's just basically what I wanted to show you guys for this video. And before I get more off track again, because I was trying to end the video, peace out, catch you guys in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.